none of you guys had Jordan Davis from Georgia to post a 4.82 40 time. I'm pretty sure we could look back at all the graphics, but my God, 341 pounds, defensive lineman from Georgia. We talked about this on Extra Points. I'm wondering what you guys think. So now he could beat us all in a 40, right? 4.82. None of us are going to do that. We're around 50. Brian's about 40 years old. Who is the heaviest guy who could beat you in a race? I don't need a name, but is there, Parlay Kid, is there a 400-pounder who could beat us in a race?
Ah, man.
Is there a 500-pounder who could beat us in a race?
No.
There's not five.
No.
Okay, good. Thank God. Thank God there's not a 500-pounder.
A 400-pounder, though.
Yeah.
Maybe Scott.
No,
this guy is 340.
Yeah.
And he could beat me in a race. 400. That's a great question, Sal.
Definitely Harry. Harry could get beaten by a 400-pounder.
Harry.
He ran 8.7 40.
Oh, yeah, Harry, you could get beaten by a 400-pounder.
Harry, yes. Sal,
Well,
I don't think
I
you would get beaten by a 400.
Not in the day, but I guess now.
No, this is the day. The day is today. So if there's a 400-pounder out there who thinks he could beat Harry in a race, we would love to record that for posterity.
That would be great.
No, but I think about this all the time. We're talking about it on Get Extra Points. Is there a 400-pounder who could beat us in a race? Is there a 6-year-old who could beat you in a fight? Is there a 90-year-old who could beat you? What are our parameters here? What are our highs and lows for?
That's pretty good.
Parlay Kid, is there a 6-year-old in the world who could beat you in a fight?
There's no 6-year-old could take me in a fight.
Martin Weiss said there was a 6-year-old. If you run into the wrong 6-year-old, you're in trouble. That somebody, he said he would be in trouble. Damashek seemed to think he could beat any 6-year-old and any 90-year-old.
I think Harry might struggle with the because of the endurance factor. It could, right? If the kid,
right,
stuck and move on Harry, it could present a problem.
So what would he say? Harry would be like, "All right, that's enough. I give." Like I'm trying to in my head trying to figure out. Like, what would that? Harry, you're not very confident against every 6-year-old.
No, listen. I'm not really right now.
Why? Isn't that sad? I mean, isn't that all we need to know?
I like the old one too, the 90-year-old or whatever. Like if they're a former fighter who could put you into some type of submission.
If anybody knows me, I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. We know that.
No, that's not true either.
Well, Sal,
Judo Gene LaBelle could probably still take me. I think he's like 89. He still rolls. He still practices with those guys and stuff. But the lower, now there's no win. It's a no-win situation, Harry, if you beat a 6-year-old. Except for us, it's a big win if you lose. For us, that's all right. So if there's a 6-year-old thinks he could beat up Harry, or a 400-pounder who thinks he could beat him in a race, we're here for you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's exciting. Parlay Kid, you're thinking about this more.
Well, it makes me think about like we've probably even discussed this at some point, but it just makes me also think about like from the sports perspective, of like playing one of the 4 majors. Like, would you be more likely to get a base hit, like score a basket in a game? Like that's what was crossing my mind too as we were talking about.
Yeah. But I think as far as I think 6th grade Jimmy McGee could beat me up right now.
I could see like there could definitely be like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I work with those kids. I don't actually.
They got skills now. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It would still be hard for a 12. Now that I'm thinking about all the 12-year-olds,
what about any track and field kids?
I don't think any. Now you might say, well, how many 12-year-olds could? I think if you got 2 or 3 12-year-olds, I probably would.
I
still don't think one 12-year-old. Unless that kid was like already totally put together.
What?
Like, I don't think so.
You don't think a 12?
Some 12-year-old who was going through puberty already.
I think there's definitely a 12-year-old who could be in Thailand or something who could beat our asses. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Some.
Now that's an interesting question. On your track team, is there a 400-pound runner who could beat Harry in 40-yard, 100-meter, whatever?
Yeah. Not 400 pounds, but
what about 40?
There's definitely a 300-pounder that would beat Harry.
See, I can talk about this forever. I really can.
Definitely.
But with this Jordan Davis, we talked about last week. You brought up a compelling point, Parlay Kid. All that was like, what's the point of the 40-yard dash? Or these guys, some of the John Rosses, they never make it. There's a whole list of players who never even made it. But you said with the exception of a few, and unfortunately, Cooper Kupp, the best receiver in the league now, is one of the few. If you go 4.6 and more, was it 4.6 was your number?
4.6.
They don't typically make it. They don't typically excel.
That's what I'm saying. That I think these numbers are pretty accurate.
So it is a good metric. But what about a 40 time for a defensive tackle? Who gives a crap how fast? He's never going to go more than 5 yards in the backfield.
I totally agree with that. They should really have like a 10-yard sprint.
Yeah. Why are we getting so excited?
How quick are they off the whip ball, right? How their initial burst makes more sense. 40, it really doesn't make sense. Maybe
it
more
doesn't
for an offensive lineman than for a defensive lineman.
Scoop and score.
So. Yeah, like are you blocking on a pick six? Is that what's going on? Like what's the big deal on for defensive tackles 40 times? Does he juggle? Let's see him juggle too. That has little effect on what he does. You know what I don't know if anyone said this before. Let's see some referees in the combines, right? Let's see them get out of a way of a pass. Let's see them, go under the hood, and make the right call. And, that's what I want to see. Referee combine. Why do we give up on this idea? Referees, yeah. Let's see that they don't get knocked over, that they could throw a flag without hitting somebody in the face. I don't know. I want to see it all.